Hello and welcome to the Mattniverse. Today we're going to further explore where the water tastes like wine. For this episode we're going to try and at least go to 3 campsites this time. To at least, I guess, hear more people, at least new people. Because the one I'm traveling to now is another person I haven't heard of yet, so... We're going to go see how he's doing and then going to go north to, I believe, Ohio. And Illinois also for that guy there, and then Ohio for that guy there. So that's our plan for this one, so we'll see how well we do. Probably shouldn't take too long, but the whole thing of I need to hear more stories, I messed that up, before we get there would probably help. We got 2 here, so we'll go listen to these 2. And then we'll make our way north. Oh wait, hold on, there's 3. We'll listen to this one first. An alternate story of the ones we listened to before. This farmer's lording beside a couple of crates of berries, idly watching the clouds go by. Waiting for the pickup, he says, trying to make small talk. Hey, you want to hear a wild story? Absolutely. He starts telling you about the immortal seagulls. It takes a couple minutes, but suddenly you recognize it's a story about the seagulls and the fishermen. Whoever told it to the farmer changed. Well, a lot. But it's still pretty good. Where'd you hear that story? Oh, I can't remember, he says. I'm thinking now, I think I've known it for years. Since I was a boy, for sure. That can't be right. Leave him with his tale. That story happened to me. Me? Bullshit. His laughter rings down the dusty road. You're a good joker. I'll give you that. Thanks. Okay. Oh. Might be another version to that story, too. The eye only went half open.
A family of 9 invites you into their home for a meal. Hogs roam free in the yard. They wallow in shady patches of cool mud, not paying any mind as you pass.
Okay. Eat with the family?
During supper, the hard wind puts an awful burden on the walls. The glass dishes rumble on the table, but the mother seems calm.
Can't butcher a hog in these parts without me, Ma, hollering for pig's feet.
Ghosts? Or could we share? Could we share?
The mother's heavy sigh gives you the impression her children ask this often.
Me, Ma, wants more pig's feet. Heaven can provide.
Okay then. The family of pig farmers. Alright. Another story.
We need a 6th.
She told you, beckoning from the steps of a great dark mansion. And just like that, you found yourself sitting with strangers around a velvet-draped table. Her voice is reedy and high, modulated by the tight collar of her Victorian dress.
Join hands, everyone.
I'm just gonna say right now, it looks like some cold shit. There's a lot of candles floating around. I don't know about this, but I guess we're gonna do it. Hold
Your
hands.
host keeps her eyes closed as she beseeches the spirits of the dead. But everyone else around the table lets one lingering, awkward glance bounce around between them. You sense they're just about done humoring her when it happens. A deep, nasty thump beneath the table.
Somebody kicking that table? Hold tight, apparently. Somebody's kicking the table.
The whole table starts to shake, threatening to lift right off the ground. And then, the staid candle flames start flickering like mad, casting ghastly shadows on the walls. And then, a viciously cold wind cuts through the parlor like sharpened ice.
Okay. Keep holding, or just let go? I'm gonna keep holding. Let's see where this goes.
The candles are dancing in midair around you now, singeing a hair here and there off the coiffed heads of these well-heeled guests. You notice your host across the table has her eyes open wider than they should go. A rivulet of blood dripping from her nose.
What the Okay, keep holding.
When you come to your senses, sunrise has begun to creep in. The parlor is empty but for you and the woman in the old-fashioned dress, who slumped dejectedly over the table.
He didn't show up. All that sound and fury, and no sign of his spirit.
Are you sure? I mean, a lot was going on there. I can't really tell you. I mean, for candles to be floating everywhere, you know, table rocking, he's probably there. Probably. Alright, let's go down at camp. Shaw. Chapter 1. Hey, man.
I take a look at you. Figure we're heading to the same place. You've been walking a long time, same as me, trying to find where you fit.
I suppose so.
You ever wonder if that place don't exist? No shame in it, I do. Plenty of time I wonder if I'll just walk forever. You start to wonder, how did I get here? When you're alone, all you have is all this time. Time to trace the lines back to where things started. So, tell me a sad story. Sad and true, okay?
Yeah, sure, no problem. I think I've definitely got one for you there. There you go, sadness. Story of the strange street, or tell the story of the dead woman in the yellow ribbon. We'll go with the yellow ribbon again. It's a sad story. It says it's sadness, so it is sad. True,
I hear you.
probably. Okay.
There's some sadness out there. Things get took from you. You realize that things get took from you. You ain't never owned them in the first place. It's a dark place. But anyway, now I feel like hearing a hopeful story. Got any of those?
Maybe? Hopeful. Freedom sounds about right. Tell the story of the bridge builders around Boston. Tell the story of the white deer. I don't know. That's definitely not hopeful. Tell the story of the thirsty cottage drinkers. Tell the story of the lights in the sky. Tell the story of the metalworker. I could go with the family. Praying in the Woods by Charleston. Faith and Trust sounds about hopeful to me, so I'm going with that one.
That was a good
Nice.
one. Wish I could have your stories around when I'm in a dark place, you know? Faith. My father told me to trust in the Lord. Look where that got me.
Man.
You got any exciting stories? Anything that'll get my heart going?
Well, let's find out what we got. Death, change, endings, moving on. Fortune, fate, or luck. Some exciting story, huh? Or I could just do a travel story, but all apparently I have is Quinn's. I guess since I went to chapter 2 on Quinn, that's why I have Quinn's story. Let's go with Quinn's story. The exciting bits, of course.
Damn, there's one surprising tale.
Thank
Stories
you.
about traveler. Well and good, I suppose. When I first picked up and moved, it weren't by choice. It had me in shackles.
Yeah, that's hard to hear, man.
You got any good happy stories? Where things work out for someone, maybe?
Possibly? Authority, probably not. Past memories, the future. Family? Sounds pretty good to me. Story of the two brothers, from one for 50 years. Sounds good. Should work.
Good to hear a story that's more happy than the world really is. Nice to escape.
I'm working real well with this guy. This is great.
Family. The Sharecroppers Union told me they were like a family. You ever get in a firefight for your brothers and sisters? But anyway, you, know any good true tragedies? I feel like one of those tonight.
Oh, that focuses more on sadness again, though. But I think I do have stories that do talk about that as well. Rider, Silent Twins, Last Almanac. First, he comes to tell the story of the. And you want sadness? No. That's not what I want. The tragedy, huh? That sounds tragic. That whole fortune teller business we were in.
Huh. Trying to scare me. Ain't working.
That's a scary story? Come on, that was kind of tragic.
I felt lucky before. When I joined the union, it seemed like I was riding on the backs of angels. Like it was a real opportunity. Like God was on my side. Here's the sun. I got to get going. My route goes up this way. But I sure did enjoy talking to you.
And me, you. Nice.
It's probably the kind of story you've heard a million times. Down on your luck, need work, take whatever you can get. How about you? Does my life sound familiar?
In a way, yes. But now that that's done, I think we're gonna go head up north. Oh, I got a new story too. Probably because I got, the full eye. Cool. Oh, that's nice. So we're gonna go head up, oh, he's right up here too. He barely even moved. But yeah, we're just gonna go north. We're gonna see about hitting Ohio and Illinois. But we'll, of course, try and find some stories along the way. I don't know if there's any other way to get up there fast enough. Got I-70. Man, it's a long way though. Oh man, is there water in between that? Yeah, there's a river. Crap. Well, if I go on 31, I should be able to make it. But I gotta go the other way, which the cars aren't seeming to go. They're only going the one way. That's a bit unhelpful. So I guess I'll just try and get there as fast as I can then. Okay, well, now we're on the other side. I think I see one. Yeah, I think that's him up there. Alright. So I got Ohio all the way down there, so we'll try and gather as much stories as we can get before we head there. Just like before. You share this bus stop with an old man who shifts from foot to foot, thumbing his suspenders and watching the passing traffic with anxious focus. Hey, he blurts suddenly, turning toward you. Want to hear a good story? With the air of the man who's distracting himself from something, he stumbles quickly through a tale about the cursed fortune teller fleeing the bargain she made long ago, confusing himself now and again, backtracking, adding new details out of order. You barely piece the story together. Wait a second. You suddenly realize that he's told you a twisted version of the story about the fortune teller whose dark past stained the souls of all her clients, but massively changed. With whole new chunks you don't remember. It's true, the old man insists, turning his wincing eyes back toward the road, and with that, the conversation seems over. That was that other story I told him, but apparently it was tragic, not really sad, I guess.
Deep in the fields, you come across a group of young men clearing weeds and sod from a roadside plot. Pitchforks flying, weeds dying. You almost don't notice that the dark lump beside them is a dozing boy, lying smack dab in the middle of their work.
Look closer.
There's an odd frenzy to the way these boys are ripping the sod apart. When they notice you approaching, they jog over and stand silently between you and their sleeping comrade.
Okay, what's going on?
The youths share nervous looks. The oldest steps forward. Get going, he blurts, leveling a pitchfork at your gut. His hands are shaking. He seems serious.
Okay.
You hurry off, but the boys don't check to see if you've really left. From the top of the next rise, you watch them lift the motionless boy and carry him farther back into the field. It's only when they move him that you realize his wrists and ankles have been bound.
I see. Well, it was a choice of gaining either one story or another, so that's the one I went with.
The plants grow and blossom as you watch. The man goes down the line, applying a few drops from a vial as he goes. As the liquid soaks in, each plant pushes up from the soil, unfolding and stretching for the sky.
That's unsettling, or that's miraculous. That's pretty miraculous if the plants just grow, like, instantaneously. I go
He
with that.
turns to you.
It's quite something, isn't it? Soy here strangles the crops. People are starving. But even when the plants survive, they don't grow fast enough to fill people's bellies.
He smiles.
My miracle formula will change that.
How does it work? Because I do kind of want to know, too.
He shakes his head.
I'm not giving up my secrets that easily. The state will pay a lot of money for this.
He shakes the vial. He tears off a leaf.
Here, try some.
Okay, taste
It's
it.
just bitter at first. But as you swallow, the fibrous mass burns in your throat. You fight to hold it down, and your stomach knots tight when the plant matter hits it. You cough and hiccup. The man looks at you, curious.
What do you think?
I'm not gonna lie on
He
that
waves
one.
a hand.
Well, yes, there are some kinks to work out, but people are starving. They can't be fussy. It won't be long before no one around here goes hungry again.
Your stomach protests. You feel like you'll be hungry again very soon indeed.
Yeah, probably. That's terrible food, man. Can't do that to people. Ay, ay, ay. But I mean, it is pretty miraculous to have food instantaneously grow like that, but that's pretty dangerous. If it just burns people's throats and stuff. Well... I'll listen to these two stories, maybe talk about that one, then we'll head up to the campfire.
The girl tilts her basket away to hide whatever is inside.
You want to see what I got? I'm not telling.
She raises her eyebrows, encouraging you to pry further. This girl is either very confident or too young to know shyness.
I'll show interest.
Got you hooked. Too easy.
She twists her lips to one side, mimicking a more adult, thoughtful gesture.
I'll tell you what. I'll show you what's in the basket if you do something for me.
Refusal to play along gives you a sad story, and I don't think I have any of these stories, so we'll go with agree to play.
Excellent. I want you to kill my mother.
Okay, that's not good.
She looks to check if you're paying attention, then points to a figure working at the other end of the field.
She's boring. She keeps making me work when I want to play.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with too, because that's
The
terrible.
girl bursts into peals of laughter. She doubles over the basket, laughing so hard she's barely able to stand. When she can speak again, she says,
You should have seen your face. You really should.
She beckons you over, shows you her basket. 3 kittens snuggle up at the bottom. They're barely old enough to open their eyes.
Ma gave them to me for being good. I've called them Badb, Matcha, and Anand. After a story Nana told me.
She preens.
I'm very clever, you know.
Alrighty then. Interesting story.
There's something wrong about this lonely farmhouse. The cows have unusual rain over the porch, and the open door shows a cow lying in the empty parlor. The flower boxes are still well tended, though. There's outgoing mail in the box.
How strange.
The moment you step inside the fence, an old woman screams.
Hey! Hey! This is private property!
You quickly realize that the sound is coming from under the porch. Indeed, you can see her hollering at you through the slats of the steps.
Yeah, okay, why are you under there?
You can see a parlor set up in the basin under the porch. A flowery armchair, a rug, and a little lacquered table.
This is an inhabited home.
The old lady barks.
The cows live upstairs, and I live down here.
Above, a cow thumps its hoof. She twitches and startles.
I guess I'll chase him
Her
off.
whole face melts.
Thank you.
She sobs.
Thank you.
With a sharp stick, you carefully urge the 3 cows inside the parlor to exit. Soon the place is completely empty, except for the manure. She still kisses the floorboards in gratitude.
That's gross. How did this happen?
I didn't want to tell anyone. They kept me trapped down there for weeks. I had to sneak out one piece of furniture at a time. At night.
She rushes to lock all the doors.
It was a mutiny. It won't happen again.
So you're telling me the cows are the one that mutinied against you? Okay then. A little bit hard to believe, but whatever. The policeman in the truck in the corner is having a pretty wild argument with someone on the other end of the radio. No, he keeps saying. No way. You listen as the man on the radio finishes a wild story about the shoutout between the female bootleggers and the cops. Wait a second. I swear this is what happened, the cop over the radio insists. That's when it clicks. You know this story? It's a stranger version of the story of the woman arrested for bootlegging, but with some bits left out or replaced. Ain't true, the cop said in the truck size. The cop said in the truck size, okay. If only he knew. Okay then. Well, let's go to that campfire, and then we gotta go find the other one, which shouldn't be too far from where we are. But that will help us get at least a few more stories, and hopefully we have the right stories for this person. I mean, I have quite a bit of stories now. Almost there. So, where am I? Cleveland. Should be in Ohio. And Illinois is just, you know. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna make it all the way there. I might have to, you know, kind of skip over there, but we'll see what happens. But first, let's go check out this guy. Franklin, Chapter 1. Hey, man.
Why, hello there. Look like that's a heavy bag you're carrying. Let me get that for you. I insist.
Thank you.
You see this uniform? It means you can trust me to make sure this is the most comfortable journey you've ever had in your life.
You're like one of those bus boy kind of guys, like from the hotels. Interesting.
Who am I? Well, I'm no George, I'll tell you that. But that's not important. This trip is about you, friend. Anyway, I'm in the mood for a good, happy story. You got any?
I sure do. Somewhere. Oh, that's Joy right there. So yeah, we'll go with that. It's about the girl with the basket of kittens.
Huh. Who finds that one funny? Joy. A good porter always finds his own happiness in the joy he brings to passengers through good work. You know what we call this job? Miles of smiles, friend. Miles of smiles.
Interesting name for it.
You got any stories with a bit of excitement to them?
Man, I don't know exactly which one. I'm gonna give you Quinn for that. I don't know really excitement. Would that be
That's a
Joy?
wild one, all right. Travel. We've all got places to be, and we've all got to get there somehow. So why not get the getting there to be as good as it can get? See, that's really important when getting there is all you got. Tell me something that'll make me laugh. I could use a chuckle.
Oh, crap. Well, that was where the joy came in. So, what else do I got? Toaster Music on Store. That's not really, funny. But, no. Freedom. I don't know if I have one. Just moving on. Fate, Trust. That's not really gonna probably make one laugh. Family Picket Farmers. Tell the story about the metal worker. Crap. I wasted the one joy I even had. Oh, so he's over in authority. Interesting. Shootout is probably not a good thing. That's not really joyful. Crap, I don't think I have one for this one. Immortal Seagulls, the story of two brothers, the story of the boy who's his father. Not that one. Immortal Seagulls? Probably not, but what else can I do?
I suppose that's someone's idea of hope. If you're looking for family, you know why a porter can treat a passenger better than anyone else? Because when you step on this train, you're family. It doesn't matter who you were before or who you're going to be after you step off. You got any stories with a bit of excitement to them?
Again? Oh, crap. I don't really have excitement stories that I know of. Miracle Growth Formula. Tell story of the Master. That's not really. Oh, jeez. I don't know. Bridge builders? Probably not.
Didn't I hear that story on the radio? You told it better, though.
Cool. That did work. Good.
If you're looking for freedom, just think about how magnificent a train is. How the railroad binds this country together. Hop on and go anywhere. That's freedom. And that's my life. You got any stories with a bit of excitement to them?
Again, dude? What is up with this guy and excitement? Man, I don't think I have that many excitement stories. Come on. God, that's not excitement, though. I wouldn't think. How about this? I suppose. I don't really have any more excitement that I know of.
Well, if that one makes you happy, I suppose it's worth telling. Home is where we go back to. It's where we belong. But there's nothing wrong with spending a little time in the rest of the world every now and again. Another night over. I surely did enjoy all those stories, though. Maybe next time I'll let down my hair a bit. What do you say?
Sure.
You must excuse me, friend. What kind of porter am I saying this trip is all about you, only to start talking about my own damn self? But enough of my indulgences. I hope I see you again.
Yeah, he barely moved too. They don't move as much as you would think. But, at least I got the travels. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and just wipe it over there to the next person. I still want to at least get this one other person done with. I might be able to take a car at least to get there, but it's gonna take some time, so I'll see you in like a few seconds. Okay, well, now we're here. Wasn't too bad. I mean, just practically took a car, basically, to get most of the way down here. Alright. Cassidy. You and me.
I've met a lot of people like you on this road. There's something you want from it, isn't there?
Stories, basically.
A desire that scratches and scrapes away at the sides of your body. Does being out here feed that part of you?
I guess. Sort of. I suppose. I don't know, really. I'm kind of a bag of bones from what I see, so I don't know.
It's that way for me. Living in a state of motion. Resting nowhere. Returning to no one. I've been a wandering ghost for a while now, and I'll be that way for some time to come. But that's a fate I should have known I was in for. I'm a poet, after all. Sometimes I want to hear a sadness that resonates with my own. Do you know any stories like that?
That I do. I do have sad stories. I could tell Franklin's Travel. Apparently that's a sad story. That's weird. Tell a story of a strange street, lost in time. Yeah, let's go Washington, D.C. It's a sad story. Counts.
That one was like getting locked out in the cold with nothing but your sorrow. I liked it.
Thank you.
I know sadness. These days, the melancholy just settles over me like a heavy bay fog. It makes its residence with me, and I accommodate it. I start to think, well, the world isn't made for being happy in, not for someone like me. My old friends have their happiness. Jess and Deborah, Pauline, Silas too, maybe. And good for them. It'd be wrong to begrudge someone their happiness, wouldn't it? No matter how jealous you are.
What the f... I was not expecting that. The da-da-da-da-da-da-da in the song.
Alone.
Weird.
Out here. I spend too much time inside my own head. Can you tell me a hopeful story to lighten my mood?
I think I have some of those. Apparently I chose some hopeful stories, but now I gotta remember. I think Joy was a good one. Or maybe that was funny. Crap.
I'm afraid I don't get the joke.
Yeah, it's a joke.
Joy.
Dang it.
I've had joy in my life. I used to be part of a group of mad prophets, rabble-rousers, channelers of holy knowledge. We'd get a couple gallons of wine, bring them over to our friend Pauline's house. Then we'd shout these incandescent verses to each other, to the land and the sky. We were loud late into the night. What good would those words do if they didn't reach the heavens? Sometimes I want to hear a sadness that resonates.
Why do people always want sad stories? Like, they want all these stories that I don't seem to have, but maybe they're somewhere else, and I just have to find them. Tell the thirsty cottage pickers. Tell a story of the woman who hid from cows. Is that seriously a sad story, though? The woman that hid from cows underneath her house? It's more of scared things, you know? Tell the pickers. I guess. Faith, trust, fortune, luck, death, moving on. Yeah, there you go. Mason's loss. That's a sad story. Sad part, I mean, you could focus on.
The tragedy in that story, it's real. Have you ever tried writing poetry? Change. I've seen a lot of change. Everything, everyone I thought I had is gone. Our friend Pauline, she had a big house and a husband who often wasn't around, so naturally, that's where we went for readings. We were wild, radiant, sweaty, alive.
I don't know exactly how to take that, but okay.
All kinds of people came, and all of them were poets. All of them with such beautiful souls. Each with so many things to say and the true heart to share them. It's hard to believe that's all gone now. Sometimes I want to hear a sadness that...
Yeah, of course. More sadness. Mirror, that's not really sadness. Or the massive thunderstorm. I don't think that's that's more of nature. I don't know if that's really sad, per se. That might be it. Let's try that.
The tragedy in that story, it's real. Have you ever tried writing poetry? I had a family. We were close. Me and Jess and Deborah, even Pauline. We had a shared goal in the world. When I think about any of them now, though, I can feel poison rising in my chest. They didn't do anything wrong. They're all still grand folks. It's just that the situation with Silas ruined my attitude towards them, too. Being jilted plays a mean trick on your capacity for love. Do you know any stories that will make me laugh? A tall order, I know.
Oh man, I just wasted the one joy story I had. Pigeon? No, probably not. Seven Twins? Probably not any of those. Thirsty Women's. Oh boy. Yeah, but that one. Kind of funny, I suppose.
Oh, I like that one. Very, very clever.
Good. I'm glad he found that funny then.
Heaven, we look for it in other people. We all want someone to fill the absence in our lives. I would say, perhaps that's a lost cause. I search for someone out there, some kind of connection, someone to complete me. Silas said, "You've become too attached to the idea that someone can complete you. Try letting go." So, this is me, trying to let go.
By wandering around, not being by anybody? I mean, that's an intense way of letting go, but I suppose it could work in a way.
I miss the old group. I really do. I still have that image in my head. Pauline's house, the poets, Jess, me. But on top of them all, there's Silas. In my memory, he looms. He haunts. You ever meet someone so far above everyone else? It's like they were from a different plane altogether.
I'm sure we all really have. I mean, there are people out there like that.
That was him. A divine presence among normal human beings. Silas was part of the group, but at the same time, he wasn't. He was better than any of us. Wiser, gentler, stronger. We all held him in respect. We were in awe of his power as a writer, in reverence for the beauty of his soul. I still love him. Look, I'm headed out this way. If you find yourself out there, maybe we'll meet again.
Alright, well, there we go. 3 people in 1 episode, but we did it. There are still a few more, I believe, that are still out there. Oh yeah, there's quite a lot. So let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, about 10 people. That's quite a bit of people, and I've only gotten these, few. There are 2 chapters of them, but as I finally just figured out that all these different aspects are part of one category, but there's the different stories within that category. So there could be a hopeful, a joy, I guess that's basically the same thing, a sadness story in there, an exciting one. Just all these stories are in one category that I have to choose from. So when you're placing them in a category, you have to be mindful of what stories you have in there already to not really, mess with the whole thing of once you choose that category, you can't choose it again. It's gone. So you have to make sure you have enough stories in each of the categories of the 1 or 2, possibly 3 things that they want, because like that last guy at Porter wanted like 3 sadness stories, and I didn't know if I really had 3 of them, but I tried to give him what he wanted. It just probably wasn't great. I don't see many around, though, that are... That's 2 way up there in Washington. Well, 1 in Washington, 1 in Oregon. But they are, like, way spread out there. I don't see much of anyone else, but it says they're up there. I mean, 1 in New Mexico, 1 in kind of like Utah-ish. They're there, but they are way spread out. So we'll have to see what we can do for the next one. At least try gaining more stories, though, of course. To at least continue with the repertoire of having different kinds of stories. Make it diverse. I'll try. We'll see. But anyways, thank you for joining me for this adventure. I'll see you guys for the next adventure. Bye.